Hi, Leo, and welcome to your love reading for February 2023. I hope all of you are doing amazingly well. I'm going to take a look at what's happened in the recent past for you when it comes to love. What are the influences or opportunities around you in the month of February? And therefore, what's going to be the likely outcome? How is that going to make you feel? And a bunch of other cards to get as clarifiers as well. So stick with me till the end, Leo. There's a lot of information in these love readings for this month. For February. So let's begin. I'm just going to open up by how you are going to be showing up in love for February. So the first card we've got is the King of Pentacles. So Leo, I think, so this is very strong Capricorn energy, and Capricorn is all about like slow and kind of steady and following kind of the routine to get to long-term stability. What you want out of love is long-term stability. You are not looking for something short-term, at least in the month of February 2023. So what you're telling me through this card is that what you're hoping for and how you want to be in love, in romantic love, is somebody who is building for the long term, somebody who's after this long-term stability. But how you're showing up is actually in alignment with that, with the Magician, and you're manifesting this long-term stability. You're manifesting happiness, abundance, growth in your relationships. So if you're single, you're manifesting a long-term stable partner. If you are already committed to someone, then you're probably manifesting further stability. If there are certain issues in the current relationship where you don't feel as stable as you would like to, I think you're manifesting further stability in this partnership. Opening up pretty strong with those two cards. Let's look at your past experience in love, past experience when it comes to romantic love. We've got Justice, really nice. So this is Lady Justice, or the Libra card. This is all about balance, equal give and take, fairness in partnership. So I think you're actually coming out of a time where you feel relationships around you, partnerships have been very, very balanced, or you've been working in a way in those partnerships so that it's equal give and take and you're not over giving or not over receiving. And for the ones who are single, I think in the recent past, this could be your past relationship, or how you've manifested or how you've shown up in love has been one about finding justice or having really fair and balanced equations with other people. That's really nice. So that has led to what type of expectations when it comes to love. So what do you expect from a relationship, from a partnership? What you expect is Page of Pentacles. So that's interesting. I think what you're showing me here is that while you're looking for the King of Pentacles, that absolute abundance, the long-term stability, growth, expansion, right now you're okay to be at the initial stages of it. So maybe for those of you watching who are single, maybe you've recently started talking to someone and you're enjoying this initial phase of, like getting to know this person. You feel like it's at the very, very beginning and you're learning more about this person. They're learning more about you and you're enjoying that phase. And for some others, this is a slightly deep message. I think you need to probably reflect a little bit further on this because you opened up pretty strong with this King of Pentacles, wanting long-term stability, happiness, growth, abundance, all of that good stuff. But what you're showing me is that, but you expect that people will only give you this much, which is a page energy, which is not a king energy, right? So pages are sort of immature energies in the tarot, or they still have to grow up. They still have to walk through certain experiences to rise to a level of mastery of their suit. So pages, then we go on to knights, we go on to queens, then we go on to kings. So while you show up as this, or you want to be this long-term stable partner and provider for other people, what you expect from other people is actually very little. So that's pretty interesting, Leo, and something for you to think about. And let me know in the comment section below how you would interpret that for your own life. Let's look at what are the influences, events, who are the other people around you when it comes to Feb 2023. Let's see. The first card we've got is the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and we've got the World card. Interesting. I see travel cards. I see the Six of Swords being on a journey. The World definitely indicates a travel card. And here also we see ships behind him. in the sea. So some of you could be traveling, and maybe there's an opportunity for you to meet someone while you're out on a trip. For some others, I think what is around you and what you can use to your advantage in February is that if you are in a difficult spot right now while you're watching this reading, or you're just coming out of something that feels like a very difficult chapter in your relationship, if you're already committed, or a very difficult breakup or a separation, or you've had to move on from someone and you've not been sure if you've taken the right decision or not, and which direction you should go in, I think you will find the confidence to close out this cycle. Something is coming to an end for something new to begin, because I see you going towards the other end, right? Going to shore, going to calmer waters. So you're coming from a difficult time, and obviously this is a general reading, so apply the messages as they relate to your particular situation. But I see you leaving something difficult behind and moving towards calmer waters, moving towards a more stable time in your personal life, which is quite nice. Let me see. I'm going to get some clarifiers on these three cards. Just show us a little bit more on this Six of Swords. What is Leo moving on from? Two of Wands. So there is a decision, because I see like these cards that indicate decision, right? Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. You're moving on from being indecisive about something, and you finally are able to take a decision in February. And I see a lot of you closing out something, either ending a partnership, or ending a difficult time in a relationship, or ending a way of thinking. Some cycle is being closed out. I just happen to see the Wheel of Fortune as well, which is all about big changes underway. So what is opening up for Leo after they close out this cycle? What's opening up? The King of Wands. Nice. Stepping into your power. This is a pure fire card. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This could just be you showing up really strong in your reading. Something inspires you in the month of February to close out cycles that don't serve you, so that you can take a bold action or a bold move towards something that, kind of drives your soul, something that you're hoping for. I definitely see some of you, because I happen to look at the Five of Cups. So some of you, if you've been feeling really upset, you've come out of something difficult, maybe it's a breakup, a separation, or you're in a no contact situation with your person in question, I see you moving away from that. Like something happens and you realize that this is not happening, and you decide to sort of move on towards something better, something new. You could be attracting another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, into your life. What else? What else on the King of Wands? I'm curious. I want to see. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. So this could be a Sagittarius that you're attracting, or maybe you're in a committed partnership with a Sagittarian. I see you healing, Leo. I definitely see a pattern of healing, because, with the Six of Swords, you're able to see light at the end of the tunnel. That gives you the confidence to kind of continue to do the inner work, and you start to heal because you know that a difficult chapter is coming to a close, or because you finally find the strength to close out this difficult chapter. Okay, so I see the Four of Wands. So there is this pattern of also thinking about stability, your home. So what's the likely outcome then when it comes to love in February 2023 for Leo? The Two of Wands. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Some of you definitely have some element of travel, because this can also mean a physical move, a relocation, thinking about where you want to live next, where you want to move. This could just be some of you are contemplating about buying a house, buying property, things like that. Interesting. I just want to see what is the result of this outcome. How does this outcome make you feel then? Let me see. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I think, you know what, Leo, I was guided to say this, but I wanted to get the result card just to be doubly sure before I give you your messages. I have a feeling that you come very close to closing out a chapter, and maybe some of you even do it. But then something happens in the month of February where you feel like you're back at square one and you need to reevaluate your decision. Maybe you uncover new information, or maybe you're not happy with the decision that you took, or the other person involved in this matter is not happy with the decision that you took. and you kind of restart the whole contemplation process. But what's happening is that this is making you feel a little bit isolated, a little bit left out in the cold kind of energy, Leo. So we need to clarify this, like what happened there that suddenly you're going back into that disappointment, going back into that sense of isolation. What is the Two of Wands and the likely outcome? What is the Two of Wands? I'm seeing a lot of fire energy, Knight of Wands coming in. What is the Two of Wands? The Three of Pentacles. Give me one more. The Eight of Cups. And give me one more. The Queen of Wands. Okay, so now we're seeing the King and the Queen of Wands. I think I got the message that you need to hear. So some of you are choosing to walk away from a partnership that is not working out, or some of you are choosing to walk away from a place of work. I know this is a love spread, but work is showing up. So some of you either choose to walk away from someone that you're connected to. Maybe you work with this person, or maybe you're involved with somebody at work. I don't know, something like that. And then you decide to walk away with this Eight of Wands, this Eight of Cups. And that actually makes you upset and sad, or somebody else is walking on. Maybe you're interested in somebody at work and they get a new job and they leave the company, something of that sort. Or you've finally made up your mind, or you've come to the conclusion that this is not going to work, and you decide to move on. You decide to walk away. And that, of course, leaves you feeling a little bit upset, a little bit unhappy, because you do have emotion for this person in question or for this situation in question. Let's get you a little bit more on the Five of Pentacles. What's the Five of Pentacles? You've got the Four of Cups. Yeah. Four of Swords and Justice again. That's interesting. So we closed the cycle. We started out with the Justice card and we're closing out with the Justice card. Interesting. So you're definitely taking a step back from somebody that you do care about, somebody that you have real emotion for. And then I think, even though other people try to get your attention, or other people maybe want to build something with you, you're not very interested in that with this Four of Cups. Essentially, what's happening, Leo, is that there is some situation that you know that you are very attached to, but then from a very objective standpoint or a rational standpoint, something happens in February where you decide that, okay, look, I got to be real with myself. This is not working out, or this is not going to work out. So you start to distance, or the other person in the situation starts to distance out. Please apply these messages as they relate to your personal situation. And therefore, that leads you to feeling like a little bit left out in the cold, isolated, lonely, unhappy. But I do see you start to heal then with this Four of Swords and Justice. So the good news is, Leo, yes, there is good news in all of this, that the karmic scales start to get balanced when you decide to move on. And obviously, this is just about February, right? So we don't know what can happen in March and what can happen even in Feb, depending on how these energies change, how you make use of these energies. Let's get you some. I'm going to pull one more row, okay? Let's go a little bit deeper on your reading here. Wands, why? Ten of Swords. I was telling you I saw an ending or something, and how does that make you feel? The Knight of Swords towards the Wheel of Fortune. I think you will see big changes in your romantic life probably in the month of March, because I think in Feb you set the wheel of change in motion. That's one message that I was guided to give you. Now, what's happened in the recent past, Leo, is, while we were talking about the Justice energy, I just want to give you some deeper messages as well. I think in the past, you've often either had fair and balanced relationships, or you've been waiting, or you've put in the work to kind of get that kind of balance in your relationships. And what you expect is that you expect that other people will invest a lot emotionally into relationships because you do the same thing. But when it comes to something stable or something concrete, you don't expect a whole lot, which we saw with the Page of Pentacles, right? So I think that's interesting that you experience, or maybe in this particular situation, you know that somebody has feelings for you and you expect them to continue to feel that way about you. But when it comes to offering you something stable or concrete, you're not looking for much. Maybe because you think this particular situation can't give you much more than a Page of Pentacles. Yeah. There is this playful energy around you, Leo. I think while you also have this rather serious element to the month where you're taking a decision to move on from something that isn't working. I think there is a part of you that still wants to be childlike about a certain situation. You're letting your inner child kind of take slightly reckless or rash decisions here or there as well, but like nothing major, very playful, kind of day to day kind of energies. That's what I mean. But you want to move away from this internal conflict. So there is one common theme across your cards, which is that you are, I don't think it's a big conflict. I think you're very conscious of what's possible, what's not possible in a certain situation. And I want to just ask, like, what happens in the month of Feb that finally sort of inspires you to close the door on something? What happens in the month of Feb that inspires this closing of a cycle? The Hermit. So you basically, either somebody withdraws from the situation or you decide to go inwards, to do some reflection, to do some thinking. And when you're doing that, your Sun card, which is the Leo card, is showing up pretty strong in your reading. So this is a confirmation that you decide to take a step back from a certain situation, to think about it with a clear head, like to sleep on it, to kind of just get your thoughts in order. And you come back with the very strong realization that this is not going to work. And you want to cut your losses and you decide to end something. Yeah. Show me a little bit more on the Ten of Swords. Yeah. Three of Wands. And it's something that you've been thinking about. Maybe it's even something that right now, while you're watching this reading, you're actually very clear as to what I'm talking about. You will know, right? Some of you know very clearly what this ending is about. Perhaps some of you have been waiting to put an end to something, but either haven't had the courage, or you've been too busy or distracted in other areas of your life. But finally, this month, in the month of Feb, you decide to put an end to something from your past or something that keeps holding you back. Interesting. I'm also getting, for this will obviously not resonate with everybody, but there is a strong message, because justice can also mean something very legal, right? So I see some of you either deciding to end a marriage or end a long-term commitment with someone. And I'm really sorry if that's your experience and things haven't worked out, but I do see for some of you maybe taking the final plunge to file for a separation, to sign on the dotted line of a divorce settlement, something like that. For some of you, it can be as big as that as well in this month, because I do see justice with the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Cups, which tells me that this could be a long-term commitment. This is somebody that maybe you're married to, somebody that you perhaps have kids with. That's why we also saw pages. So that could be a message for a very specific group of you. So what ends up happening, Leo, is with all of this clarity that emerges and you closing a door on something, a part of you is obviously very upset and lonely and feels disconnected from what gave you happiness once. But let's see a little bit more on that. How does it make you feel? You've got the Knight of Swords and you've got the Nine of Swords and you got the Lovers. Oh, interesting. I mean, this is the message that I'm getting. Maybe some of you have a choice in love and some of you are in a committed relationship but have met somebody else that feels more aligned to what you're looking for in life, that makes you very happy. Why do I say that? Because I see the Lovers card in the outcome or the result, which is basically that while you're upset about walking away from one situation, and it makes you very anxious with this Nine of Swords, because I think you've been waiting and contemplating as to, should I act on this, should I not? And in the month of Feb, I don't know if you actually act on it or not, but the energies are definitely showing me that it is a potential that you will act and move on from a particular person or a particular situation. And then the minute you do that, you want to run towards something else. This is what I'm seeing. You have a choice in love. Some of you are conflicted between two potential partners, or like two different ways of maybe going about this. Maybe some of you have been trying really hard to make your current relationship work, and in the month of Feb you decide that it's simply not happening and you want to take another approach to your love life, which is you want to go your own way, you want to like be separate from this person, you want to get some time out. But I think for a large group of you, you know what you're moving away from and you know who you're moving towards. And sometimes, in tarot and these readings, some of this stuff might not transpire in the 3D world, which is like the world that we live in, where we can touch, see, feel, act all in a very concrete sort of way. For some of you watching, this is a mental shift. This is all happening in your head, where you come to the realization that this is X is not working, Y is working, or Y is not working, X is working for me. This could be very internal, and maybe you only decide to act on it much later. But some clarity is coming in the month of February, where you are very clear which path you want to take. Now, whether you choose to act on it, obviously it'll resonate differently for all of you. Let's get some romance angels cards for you for the month of Feb. What's happening for Leo? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So if some of you are losing hope on a certain situation, this is a very specific message that you should stay optimistic about your love life. And even if you guys don't have a choice in love and you're simply closing the door on something, I'm pretty sure in the near future, you'll have opportunities opening up for you. What else? What else? Pay attention to the red flags. So I think some of you are paying attention to the red flags, and that is why you're choosing to move away from something that feels a little bit toxic. And chemistry, there is a strong magnetic connection here. So there is somebody that you're very attracted to, and there's somebody with whom things are not working out. This is the storyline of this reading. I'm going to get into your future a little bit, and let's see what can Leo look forward to when it comes to love. What can Leo look forward to when it comes to love? And this is just a teaser into March, right? So this is after Feb. What can Leo look forward to in love? Oh, Six of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God, amazing. So I think Feb is this month of rumination, contemplation. Maybe some of you act on it. Those of you who do not act on it in February, in March, you decide to move forward in a very victorious and a very bold way towards this new person or this new beginning in love. For some of you, this could be closing out a difficult chapter in your current relationship and moving towards one that feels a lot more successful. You see this person, it's a very public kind of recognition. So sometimes it can also mean that finally, after years of feeling maybe not so great in a certain situation, you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel acknowledged. Like your feelings, your thoughts about a certain situation finally get some airtime is the phrase that I'm hearing right now. So that's what I have for you, Leo, for the month of February 2023. Please do leave me a comment and let me know how this video resonated. Do hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel. Take care. Bye.